Paparazzi. Take one. You gotta sing.
That's later in the ceremony. Hers to sing now.
Oh, is that your flying name?
There's a whole
I don't like it actually. Can I come and put it with you guys? Yes.
Yes, of course. Those are pretty.
Made a clicking noise?
Hey, who brought the bulb? Sorry. School son. You did? What? Who brought the bulb? Anna? That's Anna Banana. Okay, all right. We're going this way.
You can't tap mine.
Alabama, Arkansas.
You're facing that way?
You put this
Keep it slow. You like Jerry?
All right, let's go.
Everybody sing. Girls sing the girl part with me. Alabama, Arkansas. I do love my mom and pop. Not the way that I do love you.
Well, holy moly, me oh my, you're the apple of my eye. Girl, never loved one like you.
Man, oh man, you're my best friend. I scream into the nothingness. There ain't nothing like me.
Well, hot and heavy pumpkin pie, chocolate candy, Jesus Christ. Nothing ever pleased me more than you. Oh, let me come home. Home is wherever I'm with you. Home is wherever I'm with you.
Hey!
Kelly, I'm coming home.
Yeah, I think so. We're marching, right? It's the wedding march.
Slow down. Through the jungle, through the dark, girl, I never loved one like you.
Oh, boats and waterfalls, alleyways and payphone calls. I've been everywhere with you. It's true.
That's true. We laugh until we think we'll die, barefoot on a summer's night. Girl, I've never sung that sweeter than with you.
In the streets we running free, like it's only you and me. Jeez,
You're something to see. Wow, home.
let me come home. Home, let me come home.
Home is where I'm with you. This card.
So I'm coming home.
Gonzo and Helen, this is how you wave.
Yes.
The royal wave. See how you move the wrist?
There you go.
Yeah, that's right.
You've done this before.
Yeah.
Nice.
You can even go slower because you don't want to waste energy too much. Waving too much.
I'm home. Home is where I'm with you. Very good. That one was.
Hello, come right in. Come in. Have a seat. In a big circle back here. If you are gonna stay the whole time, come and sit in the front. Come in. No, back here. Back here,
Nudie.
Come back over here. Okay. Have a seat. Just walk behind you for a second. Come in. There's room for all, even you. Come in. We're going to sit all the way around in a circle, so you have room on this side also. There's more. We're going to make a big circle. That's good. There you go. Okay. Oops. Look, a party favor for later.
I want to sit where I can look up the bride's skirt.
Start digging. Start digging. Lie on your back.
Come in. Don't hover back there. Hover if you want. Okay. Hey, this is the same version as the yesterday. The joke about the frog and the... No, I can't tell that one. Are we all here, mostly? You know you're all here because HelnGonz are getting married.
I thought people got separated on the playa.
No, we get married here sometimes in our village. I want to make sure you're at the right place. So you haven't this is not for the belly dancing. This is the wedding. What we're going to do is cast quarters. We're going to make a big circle of energy for them, and we'll do stuff then. So once we do that, if you just stay and don't leave, that would be swell. That part won't be that long. And when it's all, we'll open the circle and everybody can go outside. But it's sort of like an extra, having decided to go through this again, we ought to give them all the extra energy we can. And so that's something that will help a little bit, okay? Is the good reverend here?
He is right there.
Fabulous, okay. I saw you binging, I wasn't sure if you could that. Okay, so you're
So he's the good reverend, are you the bad reverend?
I'm the bad reverend.
Okay. Got it all covered.
Okay, and we have our ring bearer with the rings. Because you got to have the rings, otherwise it doesn't count, I'm told. And both of you are here. Just checking. Just grooming him. Okay, Anna's going to call the circles and I'll run I'll cast the ring afterwards.
Anyone else who wants to say this?
Anyone else who wants to say it with me can.
If you've cast a circle of power before, the words might be familiar.
So she's passing them out. So I'm facing to the east for us and everyone, but anyone else can also. In the sacred manner, invoking air, we honor the east and the ancient ones there. In the sacred manner, through the spirit of air, we create a circle of living power. In the sacred manner, invoking fire, we honor the south and the ancient ones there. In the sacred manner, through the spirit of fire, we create a circle of living power. In the sacred manner, invoking water, we honor the west and the ancient ones there. In the sacred manner, through the spirit of water, we create a circle of living power. In the sacred manner, invoking earth, we honor the north and the ancient
now would be a good time not to get up and leave until we open the circle, if you're able to make it. Okay.
Now, the bad reverend is going to call for the casting of the circle. And wait a minute, and I'm going to draw it outside.
So she's going to draw a circle around us. Another way of casting power and protecting us from whatever doesn't want this to go well. You ready?
Ready.
We cast the circle of ancient lore, waves upon a timeless shore, with no beginning nor an end, always knowing foe from friend. Ouroboros of legends old, rings of power, forged in gold. Wheel of the year, circle of stones, cycle of life from birth to bones. A ring around the silvery moon, we cast you now, O ancient rune. Anna should be somewhere. Oh, she's making a big circle. She'll be back. Fabulous. Now we've got a circle. Now we're set. There she is. Go, Anna, go. Usually we have a smaller circle, 10 people.
You drew this circle, Roger.
Anna, well, okay, it's a big circle. It's a big village.
Roger, you said you can't work this circle.
Thank you all. Thank you all for coming to help HelnGonz. Pardon me?
The circle is cast.
The circle is cast. So, what we want you to know is we're going to do some things, and they're going to end up being married, and we're going to be thrilled, and then we're going to have a potluck afterwards. So do not be concerned that we have to rush or hurry. When this is done, we'll get up and go get food and come back. So of course you are all, if you didn't know it already, you're all invited back to the potluck. Okay? And the fact that HelnGonz want to do this here, to me, is particularly fabulous because one of the big reasons you had a marriage, you had a wedding, was so the village knew who the new couple was. So for them to want to do it here says this is their village. That they wanted you to know they're getting married. And they're happy about it. I'm very honored that that's how they feel about this place. And I think that's swell. Now, they wanted... Anna?
Yeah.
Do you have a... Okay, so Anna, I said enough for both of us. And I think the good Reverend will now speak something about their life and the love of these two, this happy couple to be.
Hello, y'all. Welcome. Welcome. This is very wonderful. I asked a favor of the bride and groom if they would allow me to tell their story here today so that we can all know what's happened here. This is the love story of Gonzo and Helen. It's said that marriage isn't a piece of paper or some magic words. Instead, marriage is a union that occurs between two people on a spiritual level well before the wedding ceremony. So the wedding celebrates the marriage of two souls, which has already occurred. So, on everyone's behalf, I just outright asked Gonzo and Heli exactly what has occurred between them. And the gospel of marriage, according to Heli and Gonzo, goes something like this. It all started 7 years ago. Heli started it, Gonzo was quick to tell me. Heli tells us I was meeting with a feng shui consultant, and I said to her, I think I'm ready in my life to have a good relationship, which had not happened until then. And soon after she feng shuied her house, I started having a lot of feral cats show up in my yard. And was having to deal with them and relate to them. And when the consultant called later, I told her, I should have told her I was looking for a good relationship with a man, not cats. And she said, oh, I know exactly what to do. Pay close attention. And she came over and told me to get a water fountain in my house and place it very carefully in my bedroom. So that's the secret. Then Heli tells us on Monday I went on Maps.com and I saw this guy. He was really local, close to me, and he was wearing a tuxedo. And he was really cute and tall and the right age. And smart and handsome and very nearby, which in LA. And so I winked at him on Match.com. Gonzo tells us some chick winked at me on Match.com. And I looked at her profile, and she was very cute and very local. And I said, hot dog, I think I better write her back. So Gonzo writes back, now, is that a knowing wink or a come hither wink? Ellie recalls, I wasn't a paying member of Match.com at the time, and it cost me $20 to write him back.
Well worth it.
But already I figured he was worth $20. Gonzo tells us a couple emails later and we're on the telephone. And a couple days later I invited her for dinner at a sushi bar near the beach. As Helly puts it in her email reply to him, so we can explore and perhaps figure out what kind of wink that was. I guess that would depend on whether our friend Gonzo here turns out to be just another feral cat. We will see. Did Gonzo show up in a tuxedo, I wonder? He recalls, no, I showed up at the outdoor table dressed in a classic Venice Beach slacker outfit. I did not dress to impress. Then she showed up in a black miniskirt outfit, and when she showed up, my eyes popped like, wow! Ellie says, they didn't serve alcohol at the sushi restaurant, so the first part of our first meeting, we were completely sober. Scary, scary! When I asked them what they first talked about, Helly recalls, we talked about our back problems. How romantic.
Oh, why did we tell them?
What a seductive couple.
This is X-ray.
She remembers, I thought I must not be too attracted at first because I started talking about my tummy, which I wouldn't ever do in front of someone I was attracted to. But I was wrong. I was attracted to him. It was just that I felt right away calm and comfortable, and I could be myself with him. It was very relaxed, Gonzo remembers. And they talked over sushi for about 2 hours about histories and families and such. By then it's dark, so they pay their check and they decide to take a walk along the beach. Helly recalls, Gonzo had planned ahead and brought a couple bottles of sake with him to the date. How shrewd of our feral cat. And we walked along the water, Gonzo says, and we cracked our first bottle of sake. And the moon's coming up, and the waves are rolling in, and it's a nice, warm summer night. And she's in a sleeveless dress, and we drink the second bottle of sake. And before long, it's 2 in the morning. The thing I remember about that walk along the beach, Helly recalls, was that there was a lot of moments when we were just quiet, just looking at the moon on the water. And I felt comfortable not needing to fill the quiet space with talk. And then at some point, he asked me if he could kiss me. I mean, I was 42 years old and no man had ever asked me. That was very impressive. And they parted and went their separate ways. Gonzo emailed Helly in the wee hours. Thank you for a most exquisite evening. I can't remember having such a good time in ages. And the next day I asked them, Helly says, we both had dates with other people. Well, but a couple days later, Gonzo goes on, my little 4.5-year-old firecracker granddaughter came to visit me. And I called and asked Helly if she wanted to meet us at the beach. Helly says, little Emily is part of our love story because she was with us for the next 5 dates. And I fell in love with her and Gonzo at the same time. We had so much fun, the three of us falling in love. That was the beginning of the rest of our lives. Gonzo says, we were a fun menage a trois. We went camping up into the sequoias and we stayed in campsite number 19 and we became Team 19. And that we still speak about today. The following year, the couple came to Burning Man and stayed in the AEZ together for the first time. Let's have a hand for that. I asked them, when did the idea of marriage first come up? Gonzo recalls, she told me early on, I'm never going to marry you. And I thought, well, that's cool, you're the girlfriend for me. Helly says, well, I did want a marriage relationship and a ring and a dress and a party. Just not all the legal stuff. And for our 5th anniversary, he got me a traditional Irish claddagh ring that has 2 hands holding 1 heart and means love and loyalty and friendship. And that's what we have, love and loyalty and friendship, like 3 giant parts of our relationship. And I've worn that ring ever since then. So then I thought, I'd like to get a dress and have a party still and get up in front of people and say loving stuff. Sounds like Kelly really wants that dress, doesn't it?
She got 14
Well,
of them.
When I asked if there was ever a formal proposal, Gonzo replied, Emily from Team 19 asked me that, and the answer is, we get married every day. Every day we remake that commitment. It's a powerful thing to connect with somebody you can grow with. Ellie says, we wake up in the morning often and say, I marry you today. Our now domesticated cat Gonzo tells us when we heard the theme this year was going to be rites of passage, we talked it over and decided to have our playa wedding. And Ellie says proudly, I have 14 wedding gowns now. 2 a day for the whole week. It'll be easy to spot me because I'll have a wedding dress on every day. All my friends who only have 1 wedding gown are really jealous. As Gonzo put it, the wedding has become our art project. I asked Gonzo what he values in Helly that has kept them bonded together these 7 years. Her willingness to work through it, he replies. We bang up against stuff all the time. She's the first person I've come across who will stay until we work it out. The way she puts it, we're like 2 stones rubbing up against each other, rounding out the rough edges. Helly's willing to risk and grow. She is a truth seeker and is fearless in the face of truth. When I asked Helly what keeps her attracted to Gonzo all these years, she replies, right after I met him, I told a friend, I've met a man with a really good heart. In the past 7 years, he's still a man with a really good heart. He's loving, warm, handsome, and snuggly and delicious, and the most wonderful man I've ever met. We're lucky, Gonzo tells us. We both feel really lucky, Helly adds. And this wedding at Burning Man is to celebrate that with our friends and people we love a lot. We celebrate us loving each other every day. But this is going to be great to get up in front of everybody and say how much we love each other and how much we value you, our friends, for contributing to how much we love each other. And that, my friends, is the love story of Helen and Gonzo that brings us here today.
Who's up first? I suppose we take turns if you want. Reach into his pocket over there.
I wrote my note I wrote it on forget, and I kind of wanted to say it before I have to say it here, and I probably tried. So these are my words too. So I'm thinking about what to say today. No words are enough or right, and all the words that anyone ever wrote about love apply. And I want to say something special and true to this man who is special and true to these people. I try to say it every day. I love you.
out just a minute. Mine are set adjusters. And here.
Ready? Okay. So home. We sung the song, and we've all been greeted onto the fly with the words "Welcome home," which always, from my first year, made me cry with their implication of security and promise. The place where I can be free, full expression of what it is to be, and the accepted and love for it. Gonzo, you're my home. Home finds my Burning Man experience and my relationship experience with you. Some examples. My first year to Burning Man, I entered through a whiteout dust storm. I knew there was something magical on the other side, but I didn't know what. And this reminds me of our first months. Sometimes it was stormy, but I knew there was something magical on the other side. And like with Burning Man, I felt grateful to have a true partner to work through the storms to that magic. What I find here and with you is an empty canvas, ready for me and you, I love, to write and draw on, to make our experience, to make our life together. Here and in our day-to-day lives, there's beauty and pain, and learning and sickness, and awe, community, and overwhelming love, and joy, and adventure, and fun. And I'm so happy that I have you to share everything with. Thank you for being my best friend, my lover, my home. I promise to continue to do my best every day to show you my love in words and deeds.
You're just beautiful. You're just beautiful. You make me cry. Helen's been my rock for 7 years. And I've been hers. We always said we'd never get married. Hey, we managed. We did. She says we are married. In ways that nobody would understand, except by doing it. You're my home. You're my everything. You know, like I said 4 years ago when we moved in together, I love doing life with you. Yes, today, one more time, I do. I do.
I hope you have rings. Yes. I hope you have some rings. Do you have a ring bearer?
Oh, yay!
Thank you.
Well, now I think Gonz wants to say something. Let's see, you each have a ring. Where are you going, young man? You're supposed to stay here. Okay, so Andy. Okay, so you have a ring to put on his hand, and he has a ring to put on your hand. this would be a good time. You said you wanted to talk about that particular ring, did you? So.
Do you want to talk about it or do you want me to? You want me to say it?
It's a classic Irish plata that I got for Helen. I don't even remember when. 3 years ago, maybe 2 years ago. And this is before we decided to get married. I said, "Damn it, man! Maybe we won't get married, but I sure want the ring. And it'd be really great to have a dress at a party." And so that was like, oh man, I missed those cues. They were coming.
Cues.
So,
ladies, right? That's
so
a cue.
anniversary here shows up. And
I always loved the plata. I always loved the plata because of what it means. Because it means love and loyalty and friendship. And I think those are, the most important things in a relationship. And I was always really attracted to a plata. And he knew this, and it turns out that I got a wild Irish lover.
Wait, don't kiss it. Let's put a ring on. So, give her a hand. Will you be married again? And now you might put a ring on your finger. Are you willing to be married again? Sure. Congratulations. You're married.
Thank you.
Congratulations, both of you. Now, the one thing I said before, and I want to say that again, stay, you're not quite done yet. I want you to, as a couple, bow. I'll be on the side. Bow to your village and introduce yourself as the new HelnGonz. To say was that they're a good example in the village because whenever I'd see their camp, they had new people who they were helping figure out what to do, like you do with family who don't quite get it. And you say, try it like this, and this will work good. You have a problem? Come here, we'll help you fix it up. Always they were doing that, and I like that. That's what I want from a family. That's what I want from friends, and it's always good to see. And they're still together, which means it seems to work really good doing it that way. So, we have a new couple. We'll open the circle. Oh,
I have one thing to say that I realized, which was, this is the tent that Roger and I got married in. Not here on the fire. And I want to thank you for honoring the whole AEC and us with your special transition to demonstrate to everyone what transitions can be.
your mileage may vary.
Does anyone else have anything to say? We love you,
Separate from other ceremonies where there's a place where you can say, does anybody know a reason why this shouldn't happen? We don't do that shit here. There are no reasons why it shouldn't happen. If they want to, it happens. That's how we do things.
As Anna finished an email to me a month ago talking about this, if good things can happen, they will.
And they do, and they do. Thank you all for helping create this circle of power. It's mighty.
Tell them what we have to do.
And now we're going to reverse the calling of the quarters so that we can release it.
We'll go in the other direction and
So we
release
start in the
each
north.
spirit.
In the sacred manner, vanishing earth, we give thanks to the north and the ancient ones there. In the sacred manner, through the spirit of earth, we release the circle of living power. In the sacred manner, vanishing water, we give thanks to the west and the ancient ones there. In the sacred manner, through the spirit of water, we release the circle of living power. In the sacred manner, vanishing fire, we give thanks to the south and the ancient ones there. In the sacred manner, through the spirit of fire, we release the circle of living power. In the sacred manner, vanishing air, we give thanks to the east and the ancient ones there. In the sacred manner, in the spirit of air, we release the circle of living power. Merry meet, merry heart, and merry meet again.
Leave your bells here. We're going to collect them and decorate them.
Or you can at the
Or
potluck,
bring them back to
you're
the
gonna
potluck.
decorate them and then I'm going to collect them.
Okay.
If you want. You can decorate.
So now the circle is open. Now if you leave, you won't get struck by lightning. Go get something to bring back to the potluck. At very least, a plate and fork and a cup. And chairs if you want to sit on something more than a hard playa. And yeah, we have plenty of chairs. We have a roll of them. I've been hiding them just for this occasion. A special. Thank you all.
I think we should sing.